Welcome to the Drum Lounge Podcast.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Drum Lounge Podcast. I am your Flam 5 finessing host, Jeremie Foster.
And I'm your
stick
drum
dropping,
roll playing, stick dropping there, Bryon Russell, man. Welcome to the Drum Lounge Pod episode. I don't know, episode we doing?
Episode what? 17? Episode 17, man. We ain't never made it this far, so
yeah.
Here,
what you
man.
mean?
What
you mean?
So, hey, man, I really appreciate. Well, we really appreciate everybody who's been tuning in to our show, man. We just really appreciate the support, the engagement. We really just trying to create some excellent drumming content so that y'all can learn from, be entertained by. Entertain it. Who taught me? Who gave me my degree? Right. But yeah, man, we just trying to create the ideal drumming content. We want to be that one-stop shop for all things HBCU drums, just all things drum, man. So we just really appreciate all the support we've been getting.
Yeah, man. Appreciate all the people that watch, that people that like, people that subscribe,
absolutely,
people that
man.
Didn't subscribe. And we don't appreciate you.
Yeah, what you doing, man? What you doing?
Everybody that, I don't know if they come up to you, but I know people come up to me all the time and say, hey man, I watch your podcast all the time. And you know, all that goes on. So I appreciate all the ones that show a lot of love. I hope you all get something from these podcasts. But
absolutely.
Most importantly, we hope that you're learning. And that's what this is mainly just for the information or just talking about drums. But if you learn something from it, each one teaches.
That's
one,
important.
You know
Exactly, man. And that's the whole goal of this whole thing. When I first started this in 2019, I just wanted to expand my knowledge of drums. When I brought on a host, I wanted to do that same thing, but just times 2. And so the fact that we were able to do that effectively is amazing, man. We just give God all the glory for everything.
For sure. Pause. Everybody, I just want to say my best friend Jeremie finally done got me a gift, man, for my Christmas, all 5 Christmases. How many? Like 20 birthdays. My boy got me all that. That boy bought me a drumline hoodie, man. We got merch.
Hey, man.
For y'all, my boy.
Yeah. Had to make it official, man. My boy, he passed the 90-day threshold.
I'm on probation.
He passed his 90-day probation, so I was like, cool, he can get it out your place.
I almost got fired like twice, y'all. Don't know who. But yeah, no, man, I really appreciate it. I just love the fact that I'm on this podcast now that we both co-hosting this thing. Mm-hmm. But most importantly, I'm able to represent it here in Florida while you're representing it down there in Atlanta. And it's such a big thing. A lot of people come to me all the time and say, yeah, man, I watch your podcast and then third. I get the tips, man. I love the what do we play? The lounge and chop that you did?
Yeah.
Somebody told me they loved the lounge and chop I did and then post a video of it.
Come on, man. Y'all got to post the videos. We got to see that. We got to see that, man.
I bet you posted a video of Jeremie's.
Right. Speaking of which, the next one is coming up soon.
Yes.
So get ready.
And it ain't going to be mine, so it's going to be his. So, go ahead and play his. Yeah, I'm jealous. I don't give a
But yeah, man, definitely had to get you the hoodie. Had to make sure you got your representation as well, because this show is getting nothing but bigger and bigger, man. So got to have your swag, got to have your merch. And we're gonna see how we can make this available for everybody. So once you really become a real lounger, that's the name of our audience. Once you become a real lounger and you feel as though you want a hoodie as well, we gonna see how we can make that available for y'all too. So
you know what I think we should do? If we could get this video right here to 100, let's say 50, 100 likes, we'll start selling the hoodie. Wait, so how about this? 100 likes and everybody that like it comment. So it should be 100 likes and at least, because some people might not have like accounts, 100 likes and 50 comments that say I want a hoodie. And we'll start selling you the Drumlines podcast hoodies. Yeah.
Hey, you gotta see that. We gotta see that.
Make it happen. And then if you like it and you didn't subscribe, you're disqualified. Somebody might get one for free. No, I'm just playing about it.
He's that boy.
No, man,
what's how your weekend was? What you been on this past week?
Boy, you shouldn't have asked me that because that's one of the topics. But I'm gonna get into it later. But my weekend was great, man. We had another competition down here in Florida. And I have a lot to say about that, so I'm not gonna go too much farther into that. We'll wait for it a little bit later in the in the podcast because I got some words. But we had a competition this past thing. We went out there and did our thing, grabbed our trophy again. So something else made you happy. Oh yeah, Royal Rumble, baby! Whoa! What you know? It's just me. Day one, it's just me. What about this? Who know about this? Huh?
John Cena.
Yeah. I thought my wife came in. Well, who else went out there?
She gonna catch you being a wrestling fanatic.
Who else? Booyaka! 619. Hey, Booyaka, bro. My bad. I'm a big wrestling fan, and the Royal Rumble was this past weekend. And my boy, I don't know if anybody. Oh man, I don't care about spoilers, man. You ain't watching that shit. Monday Night Raw gonna come on anyway. But yeah, boy, my dog Jay Uso went out there and told up. This is Drumlines podcast, but. Man, forget all that, man. You gonna get this celebration. Jay Uso went out there and won that Royal Rumble, baby. And then Charlotte Flair came back. Everybody went out there and did their thing. So that was my weekend. How was yours?
That boy been doing nothing but wrestling and drumming all weekend.
Boy, I've been suplexing this shit out of the air.
This past weekend was my son's first birthday party. And we celebrated that young man. And we were spending the whole week just getting ready for his party. My wife had found just this whole race car themed design decorations online. And we just decorated our whole house to have like race car themes, and I got him like this little Lamborghini car, and he was just driving in it, and he had this race car themed suit, right? And so he had I mean, he loved his gifts, but the actual party that boy was not a fan of. Like that boy was overwhelmed, overstimulated. Like we tried to sing a happy birthday, he was crying. Like it was crazy. It was crazy, man.
It'd be like that with the 1-year-olds that don't be knowing what's going on.
Exactly. Like he'll get around the people that he's familiar with, like his grandmas and his aunties, and he'll calm down. But once you get around somebody he don't know, or just hear the music all loud, that boy was crying. And so
it sound about right.
He was getting through it, but he finally ended up calming down and just enjoyed the rest of the day. But it was a good time. It was a good time, man. I'm gonna put some photos in this video as well. But he was chilling, man. After a while, at first he wasn't, but after a while he was chilling. And so we were just enjoying our weekend. And of course, in addition to that, I was checking out all the Honda videos, all the Honda footage, because Honda was out also this weekend. And so
and I know we was talking cash money about Honda might not be the same. No, that bit might have been the same.
Nah, they got it right. I was also thinking that there was and we gonna go ahead and dive in because Honda was probably the biggest thing over the weekend. They actually got it right. Like I thought that Honda was going to be since they moved it to the West Coast. I thought it was going to be some watered down, but they kept all the components of Honda.
But Nick Cannon.
Exactly, but Nick Cannon. First of all, they was we only because even though we're bringing it to the West Side, we still gonna have the face of drumline. Nick Cannon hosts this thing to show y'all that this thing is still big. Like this is still the biggest battle of bands in the HBCU culture. So, first of all, I do want to show this one clip because I feel like this is what they were trying to do. This is what Honda was trying to do some years ago with us. And this is this unison. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I seen this clip. I didn't know that. I knew Honda happened, but I didn't know that was involved in the Honda. If I would have known Nick Cannon was there, I would have had a better idea. In sync too.
Right.
Crank that thing up. Well, wait a minute. The simple part nasty.
A&T doing some extra stuff.
I hope everybody's doing it.
You know what? My fifth quarter going to be what we were going to be doing, what we were supposed to do in 2016 for the Unity cadence. So basically, what they just did then, they did a Unity cadence where all the drum lines who were invited to Honda, they played one long cadence. We were supposed to do that same thing in 2016 with a cadence that our percussion instructor created called Unity.
You're gonna play Unity.
And all the drum lines were supposed to learn Unity, but I don't know what happened with that. I mean, we sent the clip, we sent the video to all the drum lines, and they were supposed to learn that jump, but I guess it failed.
It was like 3 or 4 select schools. I think Jackson State was one.
Yeah, I remember Jackson State was one. Yeah.
Jackson State was one. It was either Prairie View or Alabama A&M. It was one of them two that didn't learn. No, I'm sorry, Prairie View Prairie View, Alabama A&M. One of them two learned it. I think Prairie View learned it. A&M didn't. And like everybody else had learned it, but it was certain schools that didn't learn it. And you know, some people get in their feelings when it come down to playing stuff. They be like, "Oh no, we gonna play it our way." And
right.
It's kind of like it's music.
You can't do that, man.
That's what happened. So that we got up there, and that became a wash because of ignorant people like this.
Right.
Went out there and did that. But here we are.
Here we are, man. Here we are. It was, speaking of Honda, I mean, the performances were great. I think Southern was there, Alabama State, Alabama A&M. It was a bunch of bands, A&T, UAPB, Hampton. It was a bunch of bands there. But the thing I like about Honda, exactly, no one knew Southern was going to be there. No one knew about the Battle of the Bands in general, so it's understandable how some people probably didn't know what band specifically was going to be there. But the most important part, at least as a percussionist, the most important part about Honda is the battles that happen behind the scenes. I believe we spoke on this in the previous episode, how...
we talk Cash Money. We said it ain't never going to be the same. That bit was the same.
That bit was the same. Like, people still get it in at Honda when it comes to, like, these snare battles. And so let me just bring up one of these.
It looked like, to me, it was like open season. Like, normally, we try to duck off somewhere and do it. That bit was in the open. And
like, everybody was on that.
I feel like the director was just like, all right, y'all, we're going to give y'all 30 minutes to just get together and do whatever you want to do. And then after 30 minutes, we're going to get back. But normally, we try to duck off. Like, okay, let's go into the coffee room and
try to... it was like, nah.
Go be in the bathroom,
right?
Just going in like it'd be a whole different thing of whatever. That's Alabama A&M. Look at all these schools, just everybody going back.
Everybody chopping. Nah, we got to see.
And they playing on. Boy, it is the culture to play on any surface available.
Anything, boy. They playing on. I don't even know what this is. Back of sticks. Random surfaces. Yeah.
I don't know what that middle thing is. I'm gonna start making my kid practice like
yeah.
Kid just ran up and started playing. But yeah, it like.
And he was going off though.
When they was playing on the middle, they were. When they were playing on the rubber, I couldn't tell what they were doing.
Yeah.
It sounds like a moment of silence, but I'm gonna tell you why I'm quiet. I just want to point out the fact that they were playing like this and they were clean, playing like that. Like, okay, playing like this at another service is all right. Them boys
were like this.
Like, you can't even roll like that and be okay. How in the world?
Like what?
But they did it though. They got the world famous Isaiah.
Right.
The drumming machine. I wonder if he was tapping the things off. Look at that. The band's warming up. But so when you're watching this video, like you see cymbals, they're having a little battle in the background of visuals. Snares done move spots and now they're going in with their solos. Everybody just had, and later on you're gonna see they had a stick tutting thing. Like people didn't even know about. I don't even know how to do it. I ain't gonna lie to you, but however they do that, everybody had their own little thing going on. Could look mad as hell in there. Oh, there go Jazz. Oh, I didn't see her play.
Yeah. Jazz was in there.
I didn't see her play. Man, you don't put some sticks on the table. And be quiet.
Let me see. Did Hampton even?
Oh, but look, this is what I was talking about. See, when they were playing on this little rubber thing, I really couldn't tell what they were playing. So I ain't gonna say that. I mean, based off of this part, I ain't gonna say that there was the higher end because it went from to yeah. So you know, it's kind of hard, especially from first glance. It's kind of hard to tell. If I look at it, I can see what they're playing. But
let me see what else Bama State had going on.
Look at these.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, they was playing.
Okay, here go Hampton. What Hampton got going on?
Hold on.
Okay, Hampton. In the beats. Form.
Ooh, hold on. Tearing that paper up that they beat up there.
But that pinky gonna be out with Bama State, boy.
That's just a thing with all of them doing it too.
That is crazy.
To me, that creates tension. But they all doing it the same, so I don't
yeah,
get no
they
problem.
are doing it, but
I don't got no. As long as everybody doing it the same. You see them stick tape designs? Who y'all pay to tape y'all sticks?
Okay, A&M.
I don't know. They ain't sound the best to me.
Let me see who about to go red. Okay, yeah, I'm cool with the pillow chops.
Go to them ones though. Now go back to them things. Go to them 1v1s. Yeah, no.
It's some 1v1s. Oh,
yes, you're going there. It's Isaiah versus that light skinned dude. Yeah, get up in there. There you go. Yeah, them boys had them ones. Isaiah, everything that boy played was like, oh, you mean this?
Isaiah is literally AI, man. And you can tell bro was like trying to be cocky. He was like, bro, he's playing everything you're saying.
But you know, on his defense, he was playing though.
Yeah, definitely was.
Now look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, he doing the easy rudiment though.
See, this is the only thing I don't like about this, and maybe it's the culture, but everybody yelling.
Yeah.
It's just like who can back up their dog the best. What you hopping in the background for? He ain't coming.
He's like, bro, I can do it. See?
No, this is one clip in here. I don't know where it's at, but the A&T dude played something.
Yeah.
Isaiah played it, and then the dude was like, it's wrong. And they played it again. He said, I'm playing it right. So he said, oh, okay, I got you. That's right? All right.
Yeah.
No, he was like, that's right. He was like, that's right? Okay, cool.
Wait, where that at?
I don't know. It's somewhere. It's somewhere up in there. But you're going to see, and the A&T dude going to be like, oh, yeah, that's it. And like they're just trying to overplay each other. Like you listen to me, I'm not gonna listen to you. But I like the fact that they cool about it throughout this.
Yeah. Like nobody,
everybody just talking and smiling.
Nobody got absolute animosity.
Yeah.
Had this been years ago, that would have been the case.
Exactly.
But I mean, yeah, basically
they gonna be like, boy, that's what I played. But no, it ain't, bro.
Exactly. But basically, that's how it be, man. Like hands gets thrown in terms of chopping. Chopping hands gets thrown. When it comes to these mass band practices, man, and it's so crazy that culture is still getting upheld, man. So shout out to Alabama State, shout out to A&T, shout out to Hampton, shout out to Honda, man. Right, yeah. Honda doing it really good, man. They really have a great thing going where they showcase HBCU bands on a huge platform, and being out there in LA or just in Cali now, maybe that'd be great for HBCU culture.
I like when it was in Atlanta a lot better now.
Yeah, of course.
I think Atlanta to the commoners, manders, Atlanta is just the biggest hub when it comes down to the Honda. Yeah. What I do also appreciate, which is behind the scenes, is I don't know if they still do it, but back in the day, Honda used to be a big recruitment fair for all of the colleges. Like all the colleges that are participating in Honda, before it all starts, you can bring all your high school seniors up there, all of them. And all they got to do is you can fill out the application right there, no fee.
Yep.
Just fill out the application, all the information you needed, and then you good to go. Even the schools that not participating. Like, they could be 8 bands, but Miles ain't there. Miles going to be up there. Virginia Union going to be up there. Yep. Fort Valley going to be up there. What's that school? Elizabeth City. All of the schools will be there. And if you want to apply for all of them, you can apply for all of them. You literally could. Yeah.
I remember,
information. Hey, we got your application good. All we need is this, and the third.
Exactly.
You got the hardest part out the way, which is that application fee.
And to be some band folks there too. I remember in 2012, Honda had that the little college fair at the Civic Center, and Harvey. I remember Harvey was there with A&T. He brought his pad, and all the high school students were just playing on the pad, auditioning, but not really auditioning, but just really playing. And yeah,
Wait,
and that
you
shit was
said
crazy.
2012 Honda, so that's before we got there, right?
Yeah, before we got there, yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
all right. Before we got to Cookman, I was like, for real? Were they doing that?
Yeah, right. But yeah, that's when I was a senior. Yeah, that job was crazy, man. But
yeah.
Shout out to Honda, man. That's just an amazing event. And it's just the best way to showcase HBCU bands in a big platform.
Man. Keep up the great work that you're doing.
Absolutely. Let me see what else is going on. I know it was a competition, right? At Miramar.
Oh, yeah, man, forget that. Forget all that.
I know Miramar had a competition. What Miramar got going on?
So Miramar, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, me and my group Face Place, we went to the first annual tap off. The competition is called the Tap Off, which is fire, by the way. That Miramar High School posted. And Miramar High School hosted, and they are one of, if not the top drumline down here in South Florida right now. Mm-hmm. So hosting their first competition is a real big thing. We went down to their school. Their hospitality was great. Their school was great. I do want to point out that y'all security over there was so nasty. Every last one of them looked like Brock Lesnar. Regardless, so crazy. We went up to the competition. My group placed first in our division. That's a good yay, but that's unfortunately. Good. Our group, again, was the only group that was in that division, which is going to lead to my statements at the end of this. But I want to give a shout out to all the groups that were there first. Piper High School was there. Norlin was there. Okay. BA, Boyd Anderson. The first time I've seen them in a competition in forever. And I want to state, they weren't that bad.
Okay.
At all. Normally people that don't show up to competitions, I feel like they don't show up to competitions because they know that group's not ready, or I'm not going to go up there and take it. They weren't bad at all. Like, my biggest thing is you go out there and you play it safe and do what you know your line can do to the best of its ability, then you win in my book. And that's what they did. They snares. They went out there. I think the hardest thing they played was something like that. Yeah, but they played it. It was clean. Yeah, this is Boyd Anderson now. I appreciate it. That Palm Beach Lakes was there as well. So who else? Middle school wise, we had JFK. Shout out to Carl Cedric, man. I don't know what you feeding the middle school kids, but them boys are playing with a lowercase p and a capital I playing, boy.
Playing, boy.
Yeah, I wanted to show some clips of everything because the special thing about this tap off competition is, which I've never seen done anywhere else, which was nice. They had this award called the Tap Off Award, and it was, let's see how creative your tap off is when it comes down to you tapping off your feature. So obviously we were told that at last minute.
They got that from me. I want to say, hey, in 2015, I started doing tap offs for our features at Cookman, and or at least the intro features that we do at Cookman. And for intro 13, I started doing. And ever since I started doing that junk, all the high schools in Florida started doing tap offs for their cadences. I know, so I would like my money.
Granted, I will say this though.
Nah, but yeah,
I'm about to say
I got it.
I give Jeremy credit where it's due, but Travis.
I got
Mason,
it from my guy Trav. Yeah,
Travis Mason at Evans High School. He did that in Orlando. He did that before too on
I think it was 2010 feature.
Chop grits. Yeah. Or whatever the part was. So, but yeah, I will say Cookman kind of got a hand.
Yeah, Cookman definitely.
Yeah, but anyway, so I wanted to give a little bit of insight on everything that was going on with the Chops competition, because again, it was great. This
tap off
that's
competition.
Let me see. Yeah, the tap off competition. I just want to point out, y'all heard what Jeremy just said. Watch this right here. This is what he talking about. He tapped off.
Oh wow, yeah.
So, with that, we all were given the opportunity to do a creative tap off, and ours was just a little bit of something that we played to get off, and we got the award for it. It's right here.
Like what? That better have one.
All right, that's what I said.
That better have one.
I didn't know who else was gonna come up with anything, but they showed up and did their thing. That was that. I also have other clips from other schools. Piper High School was the first place group, and they went out and they really did their thing. Piper High School got first place. Almost did a full sweep, boy. They got first.
Sheesh.
Please don't shoot me if I'm wrong. They got first basses first. I mean, they got best basses, best tenors, best quints.
Sheesh, Piper.
Best. I might be tripping. They got best almost everything.
Yeah,
except one thing, and I think that one thing was like best. I don't know. It was something they didn't get, but they got 4 best of whatever they got, which was good, man. They went out there and did their thing. Almost had a Golden State sweep, my boy. but this is Piper High School. If nobody has seen them before, they always deliver with what they do. Ugh.
Wow.
I don't think I heard one rim that whole song.
At all. Like what?
Like, yeah, boy. And this is look at the confidence that's going on.
But the DJ.
Yeah, DJ going crazy. He must have thought it was over.
Yeah.
But what I want to highlight for them is, boy, they basses, Piper basses is some nasty, boy.
Snares tune real good.
Oh, here it is, right here. Yeah, they got some new snares too. Shout out to that. Here you go. Oh my gosh, it's about to be so nasty. Oh, I just want to say this too. I don't know if anybody ever talked about this. All them boys got Nike Techs on.
What? Wow. Only the bases? Oh, okay, no, everybody.
The whole group. I ain't never seen a group with Nike Techs, and I just can't stand the shoes. But Nike Techs is nasty. That's all I wanted to say. All right, let me let you hear this waterfall of basses.
Oh my God. Oh, the accompaniment in the back is great.
All right. Like what?
Yeah.
Man, you better leave.
Nah, yeah, that bass solo was just amazing.
It was almost depressing that they played that.
Even the tuning of the tonals, like everything sounded like water, literally. Like that was very collegiate level for sure.
Exactly, and it's just really good when you have like 6, 7 bass drums. You can tune the sounds you want that still want to be heard. You don't have to worry about the knock. So Piper High School got first place. Palm Beach Lakes High School got second place, and Deerfield got third place, which is good. Deerfield placed. I want to say this before, because I was before I go anywhere. Deerfield, I love you all. We were actually supposed to have a little back and forth after the battle of after the little drumline competition, but things happened. We weren't able to. Things happened. Everybody had to go. It wasn't too much I could do about it. That would have been the thing. But boy, hey, so Deerfield, I love you. Before I'm about to say this, I just want to point out, and this is for anybody that's watching. Numbers shouldn't matter if it comes down to the beats. Beats are what's the most important. I was watching y'all's competition, and there was a moment where it only showed 2 snare drummers, and I don't know who was playing
in the show.
Yeah, it was like the way that the camera was.
Yeah,
all the snare drummers were on one side and everybody else was on the other, so it panned off and only showed 2. I don't know who.
What? Wait, no, I gotta see this.
I don't know who was playing the right part, but I just want to point out, man, you gotta make sure that you come to these things prepared, man. I love you, Deerfield. I love you with everything in me, but that scared me. Again, tap off. Okay, all right. So this is Deerfield High School. They look great. Their drums are nasty.
Okay.
In a good way. Like, they doing their thing, and they got numbers. All right.
I didn't even know they had numbers.
Oh, yeah, they up there.
Are they chopping too? Okay.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, watch them. When it shows the 2 on the right. Oh, did I miss it? No, I didn't miss it.
Okay, buddy's still dancing.
Those drums look great. Was it about to show the 2 on the right?
You looking at Buddy hands? Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. It looked like he got put on the drum like
Yesterday.
Yeah. But I mean, shout out, the kids are out there doing their thing. I just would like to say, before you go to these competitions, I don't know if they play a little bit longer.
Sound like they're playing some cooking stuff though.
Hey, make sure he was on the right foot though.
Yeah.
So that was that portion of the competition. If I could just give a helpful tip, it's nothing wrong with making sure that a person knows their part. It's nothing wrong with that if the person does not know the part, to let them wait to the next competition.
Sitting them down, man.
That's okay. It's perfectly fine to say, hey, look, this is what we're going to play for this competition. And I'm never an advocate of watering down parts. I'm an advocate of performing for your worst player. Mm-hmm. But I write for my worst player, if that makes sense. I wouldn't put anybody on the line that couldn't keep up with what we played the year before. But I'm not going to write no nasty beats that I know they can't keep up with. Am I going to push the envelope? Yeah. So I just say, and this is for anybody that's watching, it's okay to take a tactical pause and say, all right, maybe this ain't for you. And sit them down, because I feel like y'all's group was amazing. I feel like your group went out there and did phenomenal things. I just think that minus the guy not playing, the cleanliness issues, I think that's what kind of pulled you back from the first place position. Mm-hmm. It could have been a good head-to-head tie between you and Piper or you and Lace, because they were top 3. Mm-hmm. But that happened. So just it's okay to take a step back. All right, cool, man. We gonna reevaluate our situation.
Hey, I think I always had a image of Deerfield's drumline stuck in my head of them like not being as good as what I just saw in that clip. So I do want to give them some kind of kudos to having some form of complexity with your beats. But definitely, man, if y'all don't know the part, you got to sit down. You got to sit down. I mean, especially
don't be okay with hurting your group.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with this being high school, it's like nobody got money, nobody got scholarship, nobody can pay for any of this stuff. So you got to do something to make sure that these kids are like really grasping the part. I think they had 6 snares. That one snare definitely could have sat down. He definitely could have sat down, and they would have been maybe even cleaner with 5 snares.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think Cuz was playing. He was, because you saw him. Everybody saw him. He was looking at the person next to him. But I don't want to keep back. It's kids. Kids are going out there. And
of course. Yeah.
But for instructors,
that's what it's for.
It's okay to sit people down. For students, it's okay to sit out. And I know I'm not. When I was working with my group, I had this one kid, because I normally have 5 tenors, but now I got 4. But I normally have 5 tenors. One of them came to me and said, Mr. Bryon, I'm really not comfortable with doing this feature. Yeah. I would like to sit out for this one, because I know I'm going to go out there and I'm not going to be the best. I can't keep up with it. I said, cool, that's fine. I'm going to work with you however much you need. And I didn't look at her no sideways or nothing. It was respect. Mm-hmm. So that was the type of competition. Everybody went out there and did their thing.
Who hosted? Who judged the competition?
Oh, so the judges were... The only one that I can know off the top of my head is the percussion instructor at Florida Memorial, Taurus Lovely. He was one of the judges. The other 2, I'm not too sure of. It'd be random judges coming from the percussion league thing. Speaking of that, man. Okay, so let me go ahead and give my 2 cents about this before I move on. Shout out to Kevin Lopez. He's a band director at Miramar High School. He did his thing. And shout out to Eli. He's a percussion instructor. He's doing a great job with Miramar. I just want to say, man, this percussion league thing that has really taken the Florida drumline space by storm has really been a breath of different air, not fresh air, but different air for this percussion.
I ain't never heard that before.
Yeah, because the reason I'm saying that, I'll state my case first. The community division that was created, I understand. I come from Georgia. Georgia has community divisions as well, but Georgia has community lines, and Georgia was prepared for it. I think the fact that this percussion league thing jumped in and shot us in the dark to this community category is crazy. Only because we have gone to now 4 competitions under the percussion league, and we have competed against nobody. And nobody else seems to think that that's a problem. Like, everybody is like, oh, okay, well, Faceplace didn't compete. All right, and that is not fair. My kids are working diligently hard, as well as any other kid that might be coming from a community.
Absolutely.
To be able to compete. We're going to a competition to compete, and we're not even competing anymore. And I believe that everybody else just brushes it on their shoulder. Hey, they're not competing. All right, well, we gonna go.
Yeah, so exactly.
I don't know who we made mad. Because we used to be in the high school category because we had a high schooler, which I think is a handicap for us and a betterment for them. We would have a high schooler and a middle schooler, and a majority of middle schoolers, and it might be one elementary schooler up in there because that's just how our group derived.
Yeah.
But you can't be in high school and getting upset that you're getting beat by somebody that has an elementary schooler in it. That's like me having collegiate people and going to play against March of Thunder, and they got that little fourth grade
kid, yeah.
And I'm gonna get mad at them because I'm like, man, he in elementary school,
right?
I'm playing against him, but I lost. So what I'm mad at? I need to get better. So I'm saying that because if this is where the drumline community is gonna go down here in Florida, because everybody that watches the podcast that's from Florida, and even if you're not from Florida, you've seen Face Place. There's no way that you can derive that the beats that Face Place play is okay to be competing by themselves. Our competition is ourselves. We can go out there and say we still gonna get first place because we're the only ones in there.
It's just y'all,
yeah. Stop Percussion League. All the people that are over Percussion League, stop hurting the community by taking away the kids that are actually wanting to get in that competition thing.
Yeah, exactly.
If you put us in the competition and there's somebody that backs out of it, shame on y'all. Why are you backing out over our group that's coming in? I guarantee you there's no thing different that we do that they are not doing. We practice almost 2-3 hours a week. And that sounds crazy. I kid you not.
Nah, that was...
I kid you not, 2 to 3 hours a week that we get the kids that have practice. I think the difference is, and I'm not knocking nobody else's group, the difference is my kids can read because I teach my students how to read.
Yeah. I used to play for Cream Percussion in Atlanta. We were kind of where we were a all-star drumline, community drumline as well, comprised of like people in several high schools in Georgia and Atlanta. And we kind of had that same issue where every time we would go to a competition, we would always get voted against, or like we'll always get third place because we're not considered to be a real high school drumline, or we'll get like not the recognition that we really deserve. Like we'll always just get shunned upon, like because we wasn't a real drumline. So I definitely know that struggle, at least from the student standpoint, of how us being the community drumline, we always get shunned upon, but. Percussion League, man, y'all just need to combine everybody into one group. Like, just have one group. There's no need, unless it's like elementary schools. I feel like there should be like a elementary school, middle school group, and then a high school group.
And then in the higher group. It's another thing they did too. I think I mentioned this to you. In the very beginning, they did this thing where they did a virtual competition and said they're gonna do a group A and a group B. So all the people that did the competition and were high level players were placed in group A. Have their own trophies, own sections, so on and so forth.
That's not
Everybody
bad.
else that was like intermediate level or lower levels would be a group B, had their own first place trophies, so on and so forth. It's been this is competition 3 or event 3 with the Percussion League. I ain't seen that yet.
Ain't seen that scoring. Wow.
And I'm saying that because groups like I'm not saying that like they're bad groups. I'm saying that like they're groups that there's everybody in South Florida knows if you go to a competition and there's 3 select people that are there. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be top 3. So if your goal is to continuously beat them, I agree with that. Don't put me in no category B because now I feel like you giving me the Trump award. I want to stay in category A. But they said they were going to do that so that all the the people that normally go to competition don't get anything will actually be able to leave with something. I ain't seen that implied yet.
I think that would be a fine way to kind of group the schools instead of it being based on age or like based on school. It just be based on actual playing ability. Like
exactly,
is your drumline good? Like does your drumline play beats based on like the clips that are on YouTube? Like can I look at your clips on YouTube and be like, okay, y'all play beats, let me put y'all in group A, or no, y'all don't play beats all the time, let me put you on group B.
I think that's a phenomenal thing. Let all the people that are going out there playing. That was a tap off, by the way. But everybody that's going out there playing stuff like that, okay, go ahead and put them in Group A. Everybody in that Group A will compete with each other. Everybody that's out there playing. Let's put them in Group B and be fine. Like I'm not gonna sit there and fight you to try to beat these people that probably have a lot more resources, a lot more money, a lot more time, But a percussion league said they were gonna do that, and I ain't see it yet. I don't know. Yeah, man, my kids are working hard and been working hard for forever. You know what? Case in point. I believe around this time, I got this other video to share too. Yeah. Hey, in last episode, he done messed up. Let me know that I can share my screen. Boy, it's over, boy. Where we at? And also too, my student Dion, a long time ago. No, actually, it was like last week. He watches all of our episodes, and he was like, "Why you don't talk about face plays and other? You should talk about our group." So I don't know. Can you see my mouse, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Okay, you see this little big head boy right here? This is my first section. I'm sorry. Alana was my first section leader, and this is my section leader after that. His name is Dion Davis. He went to Marshall Bethune-Cookman. He was there when Face Plays we lost our former percussion instructor, Mr. Keith Gaskin, and then I took over the percussion section. He was one of the groups that was there, and I believe he was his first time playing snare. And this group was elite. Every competition we went to this year, we won first place, and I believe this is where it all started.
This we y'all wore them Jordans, yep.
Yeah, and and we wore Jordans. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but this one might be by 4,000 something. But I think this is where it started it all. This year we went and we came out of nowhere. I think we won first place one other time at Mainland and never won again. And this year we won every competition. Nobody was touching us. Nobody was discussing anything. We got first. So we got first snares every competition.
That's crazy.
And then after that year, it was COVID. The year after that, we competed again where we were rebuilding. I think we won first place at one place. And then the next year, we started cooking a little bit more with a little bit more grease. And that's when the percussion, that year was when the percussion league started breathing. Like it was something else. It was called something else before that I can't remember the name of. And then it turned into this, and now it's starting to bloom, and now here we are. But I wanted to show this clip because this is where it all kind of first happened, and where my snares was a different type of nasty. Dion, you watching? Don't call me no more, Dion. But yeah, this is Dion right here. Look at my telly. Eating, boy, come on.
Even the snares. Ooh.
Ugh. Come on, man. I think this is when I did my tenor drum teeter. Oh yeah, I did. I did the tenor drum teeter totter.
Oh, this one a lot of them.
Oh, look at Jameer. Y'all remember Jameer at Cookman?
Yeah, I was a kid.
Little Jameer, boy. And this honor. This is my section leader now.
Wow. So Jameer was on snare?
Jameer.
He was on tenor. I meant.
Jameer started on cymbals actually.
Sheesh.
Yeah, man. Boy, it was we was in a different league, man. Everybody just had a mind after Keith passed. Everybody's mind focus just changed and said, you know what?
Yeah.
We gonna go out here and we're going for gold, whether you want us to or not. We taking that gold home, and this is what we ended up with.
Yeah, I definitely did that, bro.
I didn't see the ending. My bad. This for me now.
Well, I can't hear that.
You can't hear me?
No, I can't hear the media. Okay, now maybe. Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Look at everybody's facial emotions. Rihanna, everybody standing ovation. That's Palm Beach Lakes. The Palm Beach Lakes, when they like, well, they still like it. Let me not say that. People are shedding tears.
Wow.
Naturel, Brianna. You can't see Jalen shedding tears, but he doing it. She ain't doing it yet, but you know. Anyway, so yeah, man, that was that group.
That's
I think
crazy.
that's 2019.
19.
And that's when everything started changing for Face Plays, when we actually started being great. So, y'all, that's my rant on the Percussion League. I don't know if anything's going to change. We're going to continue to be great, and the only thing we can do is just show you the beats that we play.
Yeah.
Whether you put us in a competition or not, it's undeniable that we should be up there with the top. But, you know, just keep giving us these trophies. And I just keep racking them up.
I really, really like the concept of the Percussion League too. Just to have a central group of percussionists to create drumline competitions and have in-house judges for those competitions. I think that's an excellent concept. It just has to be done right. So I think the more they have these competitions, the more they receive feedback from different instructors, I think they're going to one day have the ideal product that is the Percussion League. Hey, sure. y'all still accepting membership? I'm available. I write for almost half the schools in Florida. I've done several judging competitions in Florida. So, hey, Percussion League, get me right. But yeah, man, that was Bryan's rant on the Percussion League. Hopefully they don't sue us, but we'll see what happens there.
I wish you would. Come on. Sue me, I'm going to find every last one of you, and I'm going to chop you up. In order to sue me, you got to bring a group that can beat my group. Then I got you.
Right. Nah, but before we go into the fifth quarter segment, last episode we announced the Sight Reading Sundays, and this past Sunday we did our first round of exercises that we posted on our Instagram page, and we had a big turnout. Pretty much every post went viral, it seemed. Every post a lot of people engaged with, and we definitely want to keep that up. So thank you all for tuning in to the Sight Reading Sundays. We're gonna keep that going, and if you got any more ideas for us, man, like please let us know, because we definitely want to make sure this podcast is the ideal podcast for all things drums. So thank y'all for tuning in to the Sight Reading Sundays, man, and we're gonna have that going every Sunday. Three exercises every Sunday. This is audition season, so you got to get those sight reading chops going.
It's audition season,
right?
Y'all better play them beats. So what you mean?
Hey, while we on it, before we get to the fifth quarter segment, let's talk about auditions, because this is a vital portion of at least a senior's time in high school. Like that last few months of high school, some auditioning has to be going on. And I know for me, when I was in high school, I auditioned in March of 2012. So it's February now. February 2012, I was definitely preparing, make sure I had all my scales down pat, make sure I had my etude chosen, make sure I had my marching solo ready to go, so that when my dream college approached, which was Bethune-Cookman, I'd be absolutely ready. And for me, of course, I did all my rudiments. I didn't do any scales, surprisingly, once Mr. Wells came to my school.
Surprisingly. I don't know how you got away with that.
But then I also had a snare etude from the All-State band. I did the snare etude from All-State, and then I did a marching solo, which was a combination of Ralph Nader's Turn Up the Volume, and the last half of it was something I made up on my own. I just pretty much wanted something. I wanted the absolute best marching solo that displays all of my skills in snare drum, and so I had all that. I gave it to Mr. Wells. I performed it for Mr. Wells, and he gave me $20,000. So literally, all this stuff mattered.
When I couldn't afford to go all the way to Bethune-Cookman, and he didn't come to my city for an audition. I didn't even know that you could email him and tell him, "Hey, look, I want an audition. Come down here."
Right.
So I had to show up to my high school at about 5 in the morning. I think high school opened up at 7:30. I had to show me and my band director just there ourselves. Showed up at 5 in the morning because he was going to record my audition. I had to record all 40 of my rudiments, 12 of my scales, my timpani piece, and he sent an envelope with music in it. And on the thing, it said, upon receiving this, you need to email us that you received it, and you have 2 days from that email to send this to us, or your audition is null and void, because it's sight reading.
Yeah,
and that thing was sealed, boy. So we saved that for last, obviously. Had to record all 40 rudiments on 12 scales, my piece on timpani, my piece on snare, and then do the etude. I probably did that recording over 20 times.
Sheesh.
And I was still recording when students was walking in. And my band director said, "Hey, man, you either gonna keep going or I'm gonna have to stop you." I said, "Bro, all right, bro." And I think when I did it my last time, I think I was good. I think I just messed up on like one scale. And then I got to the sight reading piece. I ripped it open. I said, "All right, let's go." And that's my sight reading piece. When I tell you, everybody that's getting ready for auditions, make sure when you're going over music and you're like refreshing yourself, make sure you know the values of rests.
Yeah.
And time signatures.
That's important. Time signatures, literally time signatures, because that's what was tripping me up on my sight reading part. Them time signatures, we were switching from 3/4 to 4/4 to 5/4. I'm like, bro, what?
Be that thing 1, 2,
Right.
4, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and then 2 E and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, boy. If you,
I was like, what? Okay.
when I was at Cookman, we had a professor named Dr. Kearney, and she used to say, count while you play. That way you can never get lost, because you know if you hit 3, oh, okay, I'm about to get to 4. I know when the next measure is.
Yep.
And you just you understand rhythms a lot more if you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. And you just keep going like that. So get up on your reading, but make sure you're familiar with time signatures and rest values. Rest values will slap you so silly.
Absolutely.
But that's what I did when it came down to my audition, and I sent it to him. The next day I called him and I was like, hey, look, I sent the thing to you. Did you get it? He was like, yeah, I just got done reviewing it. I thought he was lying. And then he was like, upon review, we want to offer you, this is while band practice going on. He was like, upon review, we want to offer you $11,500. I didn't get as much as Jeremie did, but I didn't get no deduction either. Anyway, I'm just playing around.
I didn't either. I just got the paper.
Yeah, and disappeared. But I got $11,500. As soon as I got it, hung up the phone, went to my band there. I stopped band practice. I ain't care about nothing. I was like, I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all practice it. I just want to let y'all know. I just got $11,500. And everybody was like, oh, yeah, let's go. And, you know, ever since then, I ain't applied for no more schools.
Right.
I didn't care about books. I didn't care about education. I just want to be part of the band. No, I'm just playing.
That boy said, I ain't want to do nothing else but be in band.
And I did it. Got a degree.
That's how it is, man. That junk can pay for it. That band can pay for free school, man. I literally went to school and majored in mathematics and computer engineering off of a band scholarship. So if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a dentist, you can literally do. But if you want to be a dentist, but you're good at like the saxophone, you're good at the snare, you're good at the bass drum, tell you can still do that junk for absolutely free. Just take heed to what we were saying.
Literally,
pray,
man.
And then boom, you in there.
We pray before we eat. All my French place kids know what I just said.
Oh yeah, that's some insider junk.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna go into the fifth quarter segment, and so for those of y'all who don't know, fifth quarter segment is where we pick a band clip, drumline clip, whether it be new or old, and we play it on the show. And so my fifth quarter segment pick for today is Sudden Impact. Earlier we spoke on how at the Honda Battle of the Bands this year, all the drumlines did a unity cadence. They did that little piece from drumline. In 2016, like I spoke on earlier, we were supposed to do that same thing, but we were supposed to do an actual cadence that was written by Mr. Ori, our percussion instructor at Bethune Cookman. And so the GOAT, yes. And so we have a clip of that cadence, that unity cadence. We ended up changing that into a cadence for our own. So the second half of it is kind of like juiced up. But the first half of it was supposed to be where all the drumlines were supposed to play.
Yeah.
At Honda 2016. But like Bryon said, they said no. So
I just want to point out too, for everybody that's watching, if you want to know a tip about me, this cadence right here is my all-time favorite Cookman cadence. All time. Next might be 2000 and Cutthroat. But this one right here, this cadence right here is so nasty. Oh my God.
It really is though.
That's my new phrase. That thing was so nasty.
All right, here we go.
Dang, this cadence so hard. Look at me. We right next to each other too.
Me. Right.
Hard,
Splitting the 50. That boy Tory.
With them basic ass moves. TJ, oh my God, he was stacked. You hear that tuning, James? Kitchen? That was actually kind of hot too.
Yeah, that was real high. That was 2050.
Come on, man. Come on. Most unique ripple I've ever seen. Fake Cappy.
Right, Cappy, yeah.
Yeah, the basses were going nasty back there.
Yeah. Like, sheesh. One thing Ori gonna do is make a powerful unison bass part, boy. And that's what I got from him. He gonna make a good impact sound, impactful bass unison part, boy. Now, what you got for us?
Woo! So that was Jeremie's fifth quarter, and that's also him breaking his room.
Right.
My fifth quarter, we were talking about Honda, and we was talking about the school I always wanted to go to prior to me wanting to go to Bethune-Cookman and choosing the right school. Alabama State University played this cadence way back in the day. That when I was in my all-star band, the Chattahoochee Valley All-Star Band. Shout out to Lorenzo, I miss you. That's the band director. But we played this cadence called Millennium. I haven't seen Alabama State play that in a while, but that cadence is so nasty. That cadence do his job, boy. This clip, everybody, is about to be from like 2007, but they do this one visual in there where it's like it's a double spin. I to this day. I cannot do that, but they do it. Yeah. I don't know how they do that and not drop their sticks. So my clip, everybody, is about to be Alabama State playing Millennium. And this God dog, they deep.
They was humongous, boy.
Jesus.
What year? 06?
This was what year is this? 17 years ago from today.
Now click more. It'll say it. 07.
Oh, so yeah. So somebody spelled night with an N. Oh my God. And I know everybody who done watch this video at one point in time in your life. That's our age.
Yeah, definitely.
Millennium. Ugh, come on. The tennis. You ain't see that tennis visual though.
Oh yeah, the tennis be going crazy.
That's my dog Smoke. Oh my gosh, man. Y'all see that? Y'all see the section leader right here? Wait till the end. When you see him step off, boy, I know something. Oh, these stands too high. Come on. Look at him step off. Look at he gonna step off in the second game. Ugh, come on. Look, watch it.
That.
Walk off.
that. Hella freshman.
Double spin right here. Look at this. How they do that?
Okay, I see. Did you set that?
You ever seen bass drummers just play with their wrist? That's Alabama State, boy.
Yeah, that's Bama State. That's Bama State and Southern's tenors.
What is back in the day Bama State? Now they get a little bit on.
TT.
Yeah, boy. That's my fifth quarter. It was back in the day when Alabama. They still are the truth now. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But back in the day, Bama State used to be. That was my dream school, man. There's nothing I can say outside of the fact that I wanted to go to that school.
Yeah, and I definitely had my time as well of wanting to go there for sure. So shout out to Bama State.
I'm Wildcats, man, and I never look back.
Exactly.
Never look back.
The bucket. You can barely pull your shirt down.
No, because I was pulling my shirt up too. I never look back.
Right. Never look back at all, man. But yeah, man. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode. Like we said earlier, if you're not subscribed to the channel, why not? If you're not following the page, why not? Please follow the page. Please follow us, the Drum Lounge Pod. Please subscribe on YouTube. We got so much content coming up. What you got for us?
I also want to say, too, all these videos that we showed of this tap-off competition came from my dog, Keontae, which is Chop Exterminators. So I just wanted to point out, because this man has been giving us content on the Drum Lounge podcast for a while. And we owe him a lot of what we're deserving or what we're bringing.
Yeah, for sure.
So I wanted to just go ahead and give you all the heads up. If it's not the next episode, it's going to be the episode after that. We're going to have our special guest, the Chop Exterminators, on here with us in the Drum Lounge Pod. We're gonna be able to get into all the questions that we want to ask.
Exactly.
What I'm interested in, what Jeremie's interested in, what he wants to tell us, everything. This kid has really brought the culture alive down here in Florida, whether he believes it or not. And it started off with a simple IG page that is now blown up to the hub for percussion.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll be seeing you soon, Pimp.
And that'll be our start into just interviewing people from the band media space, because seeing band in person is not possible for everybody. So pages like Chop Exterminators, people like A1 Media, or people like a HBCU band sport, marching sport. And these were all websites I used to go to back in the day. Like I used to go in middle school. I used to go to I used to go to the library and just watch these videos on YouTube, because I could never go to a battle of bands. I could never go to these games in person. And so we definitely appreciate everybody in the band drumline media space. And so definitely shout out to Chop Exterminators. Shout out to Chop Exterminators. We definitely gonna have that interview set up. Maybe not next episode, because I will be in New York. Shout out to PayPal. I will be in New York. But episode after that, Chop Exterminators, we gonna get that thing going.
Amen.
But before we get out of here, always remember, if you practice today, good job. Here's a cookie, here's a drink, here's some lemonade, but go practice.
Random lemonade.
If you planned on practicing today, but you just didn't get to it, why you didn't get to it yet? Why wait for something that you can do right now, man? Go practice right now. But if you didn't plan on practicing today, if you didn't pick up no sticks, if you didn't watch no drumming content other than our lovely podcast right here, I got three words for you. Let me grab my sticks as well as I relay this message.
Suck it, bud. No, I'm playing. That's right.
You are trash. All right, y'all.